Hey y'all, it's Erin with Trailing Down Main Street. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Go ahead and subscribe. And if you're not new, then welcome back. So my Hagrid's tutorial on how to get a virtual line that I made a few months ago had a whole lot of views and a lot of people asked questions, and I hopefully was able to help them be able to ride Hagrid's. It's such an awesome ride. Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure is its full name. But now it has a new virtual line system that Universal is testing. So I wanted to show y'all how to navigate that new system. First of all, if you don't know, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure, I'm just going to call it Hagrid's from now on because that's a mouthful. It's a super cool ride at Islands of Adventure at Universal Orlando Resort. It's part of Hogsmeade in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Islands of Adventure, and it is such a cool roller coaster. I'm not going to give any spoilers away, and if you want to ride it, don't look up any point of view rides or any spoilers because it's really cool to ride it not knowing what's going to happen. This ride is so popular that some days the line goes virtual. What's a virtual line? A virtual line is a line that requires a QR code or some sort of pass in order to even get into the standby line. So you can't just go and wait in a standby line. You have to show a team member a QR code for them to scan it, for them to let you into the line. This is the only way to ride this ride some days. There are a few times that it's not virtual. The first would be during early admission hours. So if you have an annual pass that has early admission privileges, or if you're staying on site at a Universal hotel, then you get early admission. Some days this is for Universal Studios, some days this is for Islands of Adventure. But on the days that it's for Islands of Adventure, the line will not be virtual until the park actually opens. So that doesn't include that extra hour before. So that's a good chance to ride it too. If you have those privileges, you can just go and get in a standby line and wait. I've never waited more than like 90 minutes. I don't even think it was that long, but that was what the wait time said during early admission. So I really recommend going during early admission hours right when those start and getting in line for Hagrid's. That way you don't have to worry about a virtual line and you've already ridden it. Or if you want to ride it multiple times a day, that's a good way to maybe get 1 or 2 rides in the morning. On slower days, it also won't be virtual, but I haven't seen lately a slower day. It seems that every day, whether it's a weekend or a weekday, has been virtual lately. So first of all, instead of being through the app, the virtual line is now through a website. I'll put it right here and I'll also link it down below. It's a good idea to go ahead and save this website on the home screen of your phone. If you don't know how to do that, you just click the button at the bottom of the website that has the little box with an arrow up and choose add to home screen. That way you can access it easily throughout the day. From there you will make an account. It's unclear whether this has to be the same email as your Universal account that you have, but I think you can just create any account and use any email with that. So you create an account and a password and then choose how many people are in your party that day. You will also have to give that website permission to use your location. You want to do that because it will not let you choose a time to ride Hagrid's if it doesn't see that you're in proximity of the resort. So you really want to make sure that you have location services set on for that website. As soon as the park opens, so if early admission is from 8 to 9, right at 9 when the park officially opens, you want to have that website open and schedule a time to ride Hagrid's. Even if it says delayed, try clicking the time. I found that it came on right at park opening. Usually it was a little before with the old way, but now it seems that it's right on time with opening spots. And it still said delayed when I clicked it, but it let me schedule a spot. And I knew the ride wasn't delayed because I could see in the app that it was open for early admission and had a wait time. So just go ahead and try even if it says delayed. From there, I was able to slide and pick a time to ride. I chose a time about an hour and a half away to give us enough time to get into the park and meet up with some friends. It then showed a countdown for how long it would be until we could enter the queue. You then have a 30-minute window when your time is up. However, this website will move your time up, so it accounts for no-shows, and if people don't show up, then your time will get moved up. It will not give you a notification either, so make sure every 15 minutes or so that you're checking this website because it'll tell you your time's moved up. You can choose to reschedule it and push the time back. So I kept pushing the time back. I had to do this about 5 or 6 times and push that time back in order to let us get on a ride when we wanted to, as opposed to 30 minutes earlier. So really make sure that you're checking that website. I know you don't want to be on your phone when you're at the parks, but maybe set a reminder every 15 or 30 minutes to check that time, especially as it starts getting closer, because it will bump it up. When I looked at my phone at 11:41, when our time was for 11:45, it showed that our time window actually started at 11:39, and we had 30 minutes from that point to get on it. So aim to get on for the start of your window with your schedule, and then if it moves a little bit, you'll have a little bit of wiggle room if you're aiming for the very start. More times will drop throughout the day if it does say that the virtual line is full. You'll just have to keep checking throughout the day. It does seem to be random right now, and I haven't figured out if there's any pattern as to what times the new times drop, or if it's just as other people don't show up, then new times show up. So just, if you really want to ride, either get there at early admission or make sure you're there right at opening, because it was pretty easy right at opening to select a time. I have heard of people getting to choose a time later in the day, so even if you ride it once, you can ride it again later. You can also have multiple people in your group select times as well if you want to ride it multiple times. It does not ask who the people are in your group, so you can overlap and ride it multiple times. Once your time is up, it will show a QR code on the screen, and you will go up to the entrance of Hagrid's, which is now where the entrance is. It's not back by the Hogsmeade Station or back by the Lost Continent area. They have moved it to the official Hagrid's entrance, and there's going to be a horde of people there that don't know how to use the virtual line system, and so there'll be team members there showing them that. You're going to look for the team member that is scanning passes, and you're going to go straight to them, scan your pass, go through, put your stuff in a locker, or get right in the queue. I found that we only had maybe a 20-minute wait with this virtual line system, so that was really nice. So that's the new virtual line system at Hagrid's. Universal is testing this right now, so none of it is officially long-term yet, but we don't know. This could be the new system that they use. But right now they're testing it, so if you're going to Islands of Adventure and you want to ride Hagrid's, make sure you know how to use this system. Thank y'all so much for watching. Wear your sunscreen, stay hydrated, and we'll see you later.